Am I the a-hole for refusing to spend a lot of money on gifts from the baby to my stepdaughters? My husband, 33 male, has two daughters, 9 and 8, from a previous marriage. He shares custody of them with his ex-wife, Mina, 33 female. They divorced 7 years ago. I met him 5 years ago, and we're almost 2 years married now. This is my 30 female first biological child. Things are tense between us and Mina. I mostly stay out of discussions between them because she does not like it, and ultimately, the girls don't need more tension between their two homes for the sake of me showing up. That doesn't mean I don't discuss things with my husband or that I'm uninvolved. But when it comes to communicating with their mom, I don't insist that my voice be heard equally like the two bio and legal parents. My husband would like me to be an equal part of it. But tension is significantly less since I made the decision not to sit in on these discussions, which I would only go to support my husband, but even that was something Mina disliked. I bring this up because this is being taken into consideration on this point. A few weeks before I found out I was pregnant, the girls told my husband Mina was pregnant. Mina is single, for anyone who asks, and is pregnant via a donor. They were really excited. When we told them we were expecting, they weren't excited. They see their mom having a baby as different than me having a baby with their dad. We get along, so this was a surprise. But they don't see me as a parent, so the baby isn't a sibling. While their mom's baby has just their mom, so they're real siblings. This is something being addressed via therapy and my husband and I talking to them. Now onto the gifts. Mina bought the girls roughly $500 worth of gifts each that they'll get from the baby when she's born. My husband wanted us to do this too, and he told me we need to match it at least because they already prefer their sister from mom and still don't see their brother from us as a real sibling. Neither baby is born yet, by the way. I told him I didn't think we should spend a lot on gifts like that. My husband said he's worried it's just another negative for our son if we don't. My husband's parents found out through Mina about the gifts, and they told us we better do better than that. I told them it was an insane amount of money to spend for this. They accused me of not caring about the girls and not valuing a good relationship or a good sibling relationship between them and my son. They think it's unreasonable to not want to spend a lot of money in these circumstances. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. I couldn't help but laugh at the idea of a newborn coming out and clutching a gift for their siblings. Unless it's a gift certificate, I'd hope for a C-section. Even then, talk about the worst paper cut of your life. Apologies if I went a bit far. I was just hoping to make you chuckle when I know you're under a lot of stress. If you engage in this competition with Mina, it won't stop here. I have no doubt it'll escalate, rise above, and don't play this game. You're doing the right thing by going to family therapy. I really hope it makes a difference. It is a funny concept, I will admit. Like, I get why some parents do it and why there are people who like it. But to me, it makes more sense for really little kids who won't understand as much. Even then, to each their own, but the competition aspect for us is just not what I want to engage in. We did a little dog that barks, and I think cost like $10, for our eldest when our middle was born, because they are 3 years apart. But we didn't do anything when our youngest was born because they are 5 years younger than our middle child. The age is what makes the difference. Like you said, younger ones just see competition for attention. Older siblings know the difference. Even still, $500 each is excessive. I don't even spend that much on Xmas or birthdays. And makes me feel like Mina is competing against you, and your husband and in-laws seem to be going along with it. You need to tell your husband this can't happen, and if he refuses to listen, tell him couples counseling, because you will not allow him to use your child as a prop in his competition with his ex-wife. Not the a-hole. At that age, they know the gifts aren't really from the baby, which makes the whole idea unnecessary. This sets a bad precedent, making them think they need to be appeased for his existence. It feels like another social media trend where parents are expected to buy gifts for siblings when a new baby arrives. I mostly know it from social media, but a few people I actually know who had babies also did this. They said it felt like a good way to excite the older siblings and make them appreciate the new baby, because new babies can take up a lot of time. Which I totally get if that's what you want to do. But spending $1,000 for 2 kids, and more if you listen to my in-laws, it just sounds like it's going way too far. I think it's even worse. I have 2 kids. By gifting things to the older ones, You send them a message like, "I won't have time for you anymore, so I'll compensate with money." We all know it never works. Ever. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my half-sister's wedding with my mom? I, 16 male, need some advice, and this is a messy family thing, so I need to bring up the background first. My mom and dad got married 18 years ago. My mom lost her first husband like 4 years before their marriage, and my dad lost his first wife 6 years before. My mom had 3 kids with her first husband, and my dad had 2 with his first wife. My half-siblings are all 9+ years older than me. My parents never really had the typical marriage, and they never blended families. They married for a roommate situation, and since I'm here, they had sex at least one time. They never forced their kids to interact, and never tried to bond with their stepkids. My dad told me none of the kids wanted a stepfamily, so they didn't give them one, and instead focused on making the best of things that they had while enjoying adult companionship. My mom had her family, and my dad had his, and the 2 sides, even when living under one roof, never merged or did anything together. And when I was born, neither side wanted me. I was seen as another part of the not family but roommate deal. My parents don't share a bedroom. They don't go on dates. They play puzzles together and watch TV together and eat together sometimes. But if one of their kids has a birthday, the parent goes without spouse. They take turns visiting their own kids for a few nights. I stay with the parent who doesn't go for visits. I'm never welcome in my half-siblings' homes. My parents have no photos from their wedding. Our house has photos from their first weddings and their first families. We don't have very many family photos with me. I don't ever see any of my half-siblings. My mom or dad will sometimes ask me to say hi if they're on the phone with them, but I never get a hi back, so yeah. My parents plan to be buried with their original spouses and kids. There's room in both graves for them, plus their kids and kids' spouses, and maybe some grandkids. But I don't have a spot. Sorry for all the weird background, but I bring all this up because Mom's daughter is getting married, and she wants me to go to the wedding with her, since she can bring someone, and since I'm a sibling, she thinks it should be me. But I refused. I told Mom her kids don't accept me as a sibling, and I'll be left on my own most of the time. I won't be in any photos or anything, and I might even get her hostility. But my mom is saying I need to come with her. Am I the a-hole for refusing? Sorry if this is a mess. My head's so messed up. Not the a-hole. You have absolutely no relationship with this sibling or any of the others. Why would you want to go to the wedding of a virtual stranger? Your mother is wrong for trying to drag you along if you don't want to go. P.S. It might be fun to go and introduce yourself to everyone there as the bride's little brother. I don't really want to start any shit by doing that. Plus, it would be depressing for me to deal with the anger if I did go and do that. Staying home would be way better. Just doing my own thing and not dealing with the weirdness. That's the mature way to handle it. You are a better person than I am. I am pretty sure that at 16, I would have been happy to create chaos and the act all innocent. I wasn't sure if you were up for a little mischief. Your presence alone would definitely start the buzz without your instigation. Not the a-hole. Your mom's expecting you to join a family event where you feel like the odd one out? Nah, thanks. You're not close with your half-siblings, so why put yourself in a situation where you might feel left out, or even get some side-eye? Tell your mom you'd rather binge-watch something on your own than sit through an awkward wedding where you're just a tag-along. I'd be even worse than that. I'd be the unwanted tag-along. It's so messed up, but I learned a long time ago what my place is with them. Do you have your own phone and your sister's phone number? She might not even know your mom is trying to bring you, so it might be worth sending them a one-off text, letting them know, so they can deal with convincing your mom to stop trying to bring you. Hey, Mom's trying to get me to come to your wedding. I know you don't really want me there, so could you get her to back off? Thanks.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel to see more interesting videos.